Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, my viewers. How on a day? We had what Femi Adesina revealed in his new book called Reflections of a Special Advisor, Media and Publicity, 2015 to 2023. That was when he worked under Buhari, under Bubu, under PMB as his special advisor, media and publicity. He made a revelation in the book. And I'm not really interested in the book, but because of what he said, I want to touch on that about Nnamdi Kanu. How they brought him, how they kidnapped him. Because I know they will not say kidnap. Meanwhile, it was kidnapped from Kenya. How they kidnapped him from Kenya to Nigeria. He talked about how Igbo leaders pleaded for Nnamdi Kanu's release. And, we all remember that when Amechim Bazulike went with some Igbo elders for Nnamdi Kanu's release, and how Buhari said he will allow the courts to take its full course. But we saw a situation whereby the court dismissed the case. Buhari and his people still went to subvert what the court has done, reverse the judgment, sacking. Okay, they did not sack the lawyers. They were meant to move them to different positions, okay, different states, because their ruling said once this guy has been renditioned in that way, this case cannot stand. So Buhari was, meanwhile, the same Buhari, according to his book now, told you that he doesn't want to interfere with what the judiciary does. Can you imagine such? But that is not why we are here. There's what they said there. They said this is a striking point in what was written in that book. He said Buhari had an opportunity to eliminate Nnamdi Kanu, but brought him home so that he will face trial. That they had an opportunity, they would have ended it even before we know. And look at what happened that time. The fact is that they would have done that. But look at it. Don't go yet. I want to tell you something. Now, they brought Nnamdi Kanu. They took him from Kenya. The IPOB leadership was not aware. We all got to be aware of what happened. We all listened to it through the news. The IPOB leadership too listened to it through the news. So we never knew what happened until he was arraigned, brought to a court in Abuja. News filtered in. He was brought to court, this and that. It is possible they would have eliminated him and not come to court. It is possible. But then, I want to put it this way. You cannot kill anybody unless God has allowed it to happen. Yes. So, Buhari could be saying, oh, he would have killed him. Okay, they had an opportunity if they wanted, that they didn't want. Yes, it is possible God did not lay it in their hearts, because God is powerful. That you have somebody in your custody does not mean you have the power to kill unless God has allowed you. Yes, people have held people before and they still escaped. So you don't have power over people's life as you think. That you have him in your custody doesn't mean you would have been able to. And even if you have done that, it will still be traced. Because certainly, yes, they don't know what happened, transpired in Kenya, and that brought him to Nigeria. It was, okay, according to what we had, this and that. But they will still trace what happened to him to Kenya. And at the end of the day, they'll be able to say, this is what federal government did. And probably, you've also thought about that, the federal government, Adesina, Buhari, and his security, they would have also thought about that. And what will be the consequences. They don't know. They would have also thought about the consequences. I want to give you an instance. The road to the east from any part of the country is somehow, we have these bandits in every part of the country on our expressway. Once in a while, they come out. For example, you travel to the east, you came back to your location, and somebody is saying, oh, if I had known that you traveled, I would have tracked you down. That one is past tense. You have gone and come back. Like, it's just like saying, you cannot go to yesterday again. You cannot go to yesterday. For example, the case of Jesus in the Bible. Jesus was always with the Pharisees. I want to use that as an illustration. Jesus has been with the Pharisees. None thought of killing him until it was time. Yes, he was in their midst. Once in a while, he will leave them. It was until it's time. And that is why he said he offered his life. It wasn't that they killed him. He laid down his life. So what am I trying to say? The power of God, that you can kill somebody, is only when God has allowed you. You understand? So if the federal government is trying to say they had the power to do this, it is even, you should ask yourself, how did you even get to know he was in Kenya? If God has not allowed things to happen, he wouldn't go to Kenya. So I don't want you to take credit for that. You understand? I don't want you to take credit for that. You've messed up, federal government. They would have eliminated him. I said, only if God has allowed you. I don't want to give credit to IPOB or any security people. They would have tracked. No. Nnamdi Kanu was picked, yes. Nigerian security outfit in collaboration with the Kenyan. But it was because God allowed it. So, Adesina, don't try to claim to be a good man or that Buhari is a good man. No. If he's a good man, not because of that. Because God, in his infinite power, could put that out of your heart, that you will not be even thinking in that direction. And that is what happened. God did not lay it in your heart to, or in the heart of Buhari's government to take his life. God knows what he's doing. We don't know yet what will be the end of this. So don't take any credit for what has happened. That you spared him. That is what Buhari proposes sparing. And the same Buhari said he's not interfering with court process. So why did the court release him? Several occasions, the DSS was asked to move into correctional facility Kuje. They were asked that he needs to change his clothes. Why didn't they do the necessary things as required by the courts? That is still a disrespect of the judiciary. Yet you said you will not interfere. Please, I think you would have continued with your story and not mentioned this. So, I'm not trying to say Nnamdi Kanu willingly surrendered himself. No. In all of these things, that is still alive, I want to only give credit to God, not man, not to Adesina, not to PMB, not to the present government. It is only what God allows that will happen. In rounding up, finally we heard that the court has released the CTC, that's certified true copy of the judgment they gave, and Nnamdi Kanu versus Federal Government of Nigeria. According to a tweet by Ejimako, I learned they have, can you imagine, just like what they did with Peter Obi's case. You will rule on a matter, the person will wait for ages to get the certified true copy, CTC. Meanwhile, they have released it. And then Sabi. So, viewers will be asking what to expect next. They are going to go back to courts. Fire for fire. Courtroom tantrums. squabbles and tantrums. That is what to expect. So the legal team, I think they are still intact. If they are not intact, Ejimako is still seeing him and bringing out information as from him and, acting as his counsel. So I want to use this opportunity. I don't believe in the rumor that his legal team was sacked. I don't believe that. And this is where we'll leave it for now. Thanks for watching. Please share this video widely. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more updates. Bye-bye for now.